treatment options. Don't take it personally. Now, this is something that I notice quite often in the childhood cancer community with parents whose children are receiving treatment in their battle with childhood cancer, and there are friends of the family who have alternatives or think they have alternatives to the chemotherapy. And one of the things I wanted to discuss in this video is that for those of you who have those quote-unquote suggestive alternatives to the chemotherapy, don't take it personally if the parents refuse your suggestions. Never take it personally, because of the fact that with all chemotherapy regimens and plans that are set forth for the child, the protocols and that need to be taken, those decisions were made between the parents, the oncologists, and sometimes the warriors, depending on if the warrior is old enough to actually understand what's going on. If they don't take your suggestion, one of two things. First thing, chances are you're not an oncologist, so you have no position to be making those kinds of suggestions or calls or whatever. And secondly, those plans have already been dictated between the parent and the oncologist, and like I said, sometimes a warrior, depending on if they are old enough to understand and grasp the situation. In my case, I was only 2 years old, so my parents had made those plans with the oncologist. They had to make those agreements. And believe me, no parent ever in the world wants their children to have poison coursing through their veins. But this is part of that journey. Chemotherapy is a necessary evil. It doesn't always work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But with that even being said, it doesn't make it okay for people who are not directly affected by childhood cancer to have suggestions that are not medically inclined, so to speak. If they have not been okayed by the FDA or any major field of expertise involving pediatric medicine, the parents, 9 chances out of 10, are not going to be interested in what you have to say. Again, don't take it personally, because you have to understand that childhood cancer is not just some kind of a cough or a cold or something that you could simply treat over the counter. It isn't like influenza. Although I will say influenza is still deadly, and I'm not trying to take away from that. Influenza and any kind of bacterial infection is extremely deadly. But we're talking about childhood cancer here. This is a terminal illness. And you have to be respectful of a person's decisions. And if this is a plan that they have agreed to, regardless of how much they have faith in it or how much that they dislike it, the fact of the matter is they have to do what they have to do to save their children. So if you are one of those people who feel as if you were slapped in the face by these parents of these warriors, I need you to understand that they're not doing this, they're not trying to be disrespectful of you and your position or your suggestions. Either they've already got a plan set in place for their warriors, or they're not interested in what anyone outside of the medical field has to say about it. So please just understand if they shoot down your suggestions. My name is Jared Fuller. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.